Welcome, Buccaneers, to the Pixel Pirate Plays! This is your host, the Pixel Pirate, bringing you daily first impressions on the latest and greatest indie games. Today on the show, we are taking a look at Cubemen 2. Cubemen 2 is developed by 3 Sprockets and published by the same, and you can currently pick it up on Steam for the grand total of $7.99. So, not bad. So, what is Cubemen 2? Well, it is a tower defense game with a few different modes, which are actually quite interesting. So, these are all the single-player levels that you can currently get with just a stock standard game. Let's just go back. You can also do the campaign there. So that's campaign number 1 and campaign number 2. And you can also download levels. So these are all the online levels. I think there's a lot more than this, but this is recent, popular, and random. And people create levels, and you can create your own levels and download them and play them as you so desire. Or share and let others play as you so desire. So let's get into a game here. We'll just go into this one, nice simple one, to show you the basic mechanics. It's got the details, how many times I've played it, and all that stuff. Of course, I haven't played any on this particular level as yet. So let's host and play. We'll go with Classic Grey because we have to. Okay, this is the setup. So you got Advanced and Basic setup. So if you just want, the stock standard level that the developers have decided that you should play, you can play that. You can play it in defense mode, in rescue mode, which is slightly different, although I'm not sure how. I think it's the only difference is there's a time limit as opposed to waves, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Then you got the multiplayer modes, and you can also play these in single player. So you got Skirmish, you got Capture the Flag, which is actually quite interesting, and you got Territory, where basically you paint territory, and whoever gets the most wins. So we'll go with basic defense. Now, before we do, you can go in and change all the stuff that you want to. So you got Novice, Pro, and Elite for difficulty, how many waves you want, whether you want endless, or 50, 40, 30, or 20, and then a number of enemies to defend against. So 1 at a time, 2 at a time, or whatever. Default or random tower locations. You can also change the way that the level works. So limited cubes, for example, which is the money. And then how many lives you get. So there you go. Let's get started here, shall we? Alright, so you can change the camera around as you wish. Let's put a guy... you can't actually go up there. Okay, that's alright. So you got all these guys, they all do different things. They're not named very well, I feel. This one sets guys on fire. Get another grill up here. Alright, let's get this guy a bit closer. You can also upgrade all your little guys here. So this guy's a little flamethrower dude. He's pretty cool. And I can upgrade him, and I will do so. And basically that extends your line of sight and also your damage. It also heals you completely. Now, there are healing stations in the game. There is not one in this level. I don't know if they drop or what the go is, but basically you just put your little guy on there, and that is how he gets healed. So we're getting pretty hammered here, so we're going to put some more guys down. Oh dear. So, as you might imagine, you have things, different guys, and they have it as well. So they have rocket launcher guys and all sorts of other stuff to attack you with. Now, having said that, with, the difficulty in finding out exactly what each thing does, there is a lot of them, which is excellent. So, you got Sid here, he does sniper rounds, which is pretty cool. And I want to actually save up and get one of him because he is somewhat overpowered, I feel. But in any case, this guy shoots a laser. It's a particle beam, inflicting massive damage. Then you got Rocket Guy here. You got a Mortar Dude. And then you got Freeze Lightning, so he slows down enemies. And then you got Flamethrower and just the regular pistol guy. So we'll go with... let's pull a Monty out here. And we'll put him over there. And we'll upgrade our little guy here as well. You can upgrade each little guy twice. And you can also sell them, which is actually quite novel. So if you're finding that the person's ineffectual or it's just not the kind of person that you want, then, or Cubeman that you want, then you can actually sell him. And we'll upgrade this guy as well. Alright, so we're just saving up our cubes up here. If you look up the top here, it's got when the next wave is coming, how many cubes you have to spend. Oh dear. The rocket men are actually have quite a lot of health. Although it seems that they actually can miss, because this guy's still got 100 health. Yep, so is that guy, or 96 I should say. Alright, what's Larry do? So this is what I mean, like you really have to memorize exactly what everything does. And when you're under the clock, you know, when the chips are down and you're under pressure, it can get a bit. You're like, oh, which one was the rocket guy again? Oh, okay. Oh, gee, I got that right. And then buy him, which it's kind of slightly annoying, if I'm honest. I wish they were just called Rocket Man, Pistol Man, or whatever. I guess it just personalizes a little bit and. The other issue... Oh, geez, no, don't do that. The other issue I have, I guess, with the game is if the line of sight is facing in a different direction, and you don't really have as far as I can see, you don't really get a choice on where that is facing, unless you move them in a particular way, then they don't shoot at anyone, which is kind of silly. So he's slightly out of range there, so we're going to upgrade him. And he'll start shooting at stuff. So, usually they automatically just start shooting at stuff if their line of sight is not in sight. But sometimes they don't, which is quite strange. Like the last game I played, I had a mortar guy, and he just would not shoot at anybody until I actually made him go in the direction of the enemy. So, yeah. So basically it just goes like this. I think I had it set on 20 waves, or something like that, or 30 perhaps. I think maybe the waves are a little bit too long. Although having said that, this particular match is actually going fairly fast. The last one I did it sort of went on forever. So here's the mortar guy. So we're actually pounding the crap out of him now with our rocket guy. So I'm going to move my mortar dude up a bit. And he'll be able to pound on those guys. So it is a very simplistic game, but it's in its simplicity. It's the kind of game that, you know, is easy to get into, but is also complex enough to get strategies and stuff like that. And also with the ability to create your own levels, you can create your own strategies essentially. So all, you know, difficulty in strategy, I guess, yeah, is what I'm trying to say. So lastly, it also has these little crates which we'll collect. So we have inflicted mega damage, whatever that means. Not exactly sure what it means, but that's okay. And basically they just give you different things like upgrades and stuff like that. So yes, so that is in a nutshell Cubemen 2. It is a pretty interesting game. So if you want to actually pick it up, you can go and pick it up on Steam for the grand total of $7.99, 50% off at the time of this recording for $3.99. Okay, so if you liked what you saw today, do remember to hit that like button. You can also follow me on Twitter at the Pixel Pirate. This has been your host, the Pixel Pirate. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.